Katsina, in Nigeria's northwest, is perhaps one of the most powerful states in the country, having birthed two former presidents and many political icons.
If there is anything that we think Katsina State people will blame Buhari for, that Lambarimi is one of the projects.
Lambarimi, Katsina State, could have been a clean energy model for the region.
The project was initiated since 2005 under the government of Liz Malo Umar Yaradua.
But all that's left is a dream of generating 10 megawatts of energy.
After 8 attempts to commission the project since its inception to date, it appears the project has been abandoned.
Now, contractors are now back to site. That's the only but abandoned Katsina Wind Farm.
10 megawatts is enough energy for about 10,000 homes. That's plenty power to operate a medium-sized hospital complex, and at the very least provide energy for the local community here. But it seems that dream has been abandoned, silently forgotten. "37 towering wind turbines with the promise of sustainable energy now lie neglected."
Wind energy, as you know, is a renewable energy, which is clean. And I remember in 1996, when I was the director of Sokoto Energy Research Center, we had the first demonstration project of wind energy. If you go to the gate of the Usman Danfodiyo University, you still notice those wind turbines. They are small, 250 kilowatt each, about 500 kilowatt. We used it then as a demonstrating project to power the village at the university, Saye Gidangada, and it was quite a successful one because it has proven that wind energy can really be used to power some villages. And of course, right now, as you said, it has moved into a pilot scheme which the federal government embraced and used Katsina Wind Farm as an example, or rather to see how wind energy can be harnessed in a big way to solve some of our electricity problems.
Experts estimate that over 4.4 billion naira has been spent on the project in the past 20 years. Amid frequent electricity blackouts across Nigeria, the abandoned Katsina Windmill project could have been a windfall for thousands of citizens.
You see, politics, anything can happen in political administrations. But then we thought, all politics aside, we thought during the days of Buhari for 8 years, that project would have been a history. It would have been completed. But we couldn't see that actually happening. So if there is anything that we think Katsina State people will blame Buhari for, that Lambarimi is one of the projects. If a president from state will be there for 8 years, and a project that was started years before he came could not be completed, I doubt if any other president will also come and take care of that particular project. That's number one. Number two, the federal government of Nigeria has several times come up with very, very important projects, well conceived, well designed, with very good objectives. But hardly those projects see the light of the day. Maybe courtesy of corruption happening in the country. Once you give contract for 2 billion today, delays happen along the line. It is not completed. It's a matter of requesting for upward review of the project. And that means a lot. Here you are, after about 18 years of commission of the project is not yet completed. With these skyrocketing prices, changes in prices of the dollar, you can see how much quantum of funds will be siphoned through that particular project. So for me, I blame the issue of corruption in Nigeria. I blame the issue of mispriorities of issues, because if there is actual, ideology, actual intention in that particular project, I think it should have been completed by now. 18 years is not a joke. It was a project that was meant for 24 months, 2 years. We're talking of 18 years now. 2 administrations, we're now into the 3rd one. It was started before Buhari. Buhari has finished 8 years. Now we're in another administration.
Once touted as the first and largest wind farm in sub-Saharan Africa, the reality of the project is far less impressive. Katsina, like many parts of Nigeria, has been suffering severe power shortages for decades. Nigeria's power problem not only affects development, but also shrinks the economy and forces businesses to shut down.
Here you are with a state with a number of youth that are unemployed. We're talking of addressing insecurity, addressing unemployment, addressing youth restlessness. Power is one of the major drives of doing that. But then the national grid is not working efficiently. This is the only alternative that we have. And if that alternative cannot see the light of the day, it means we can question the integrity, the seriousness, the commitment of federal governments. So if they cannot complete it, we pray that they should allow the governor that has now shown interest in it to take over and continue. But then, if the governor should continue, what will happen to the funds of the state? This is a federal government established or started project. Is it going to be a kind of taking over, completion, and investment letter? That's another question that can also take the project another 1 year. So it's, in fact, a kind of a dilemma the project is facing. Katsina government is actually interested, federal government is not ready to actually do the needful. So Katsina State people are actually in dilemma. We are in need of the project seriously, because we know it will assist us in developing a lot of things economically, socially, in fact, in other ramifications.
I feel highly honored.
Former President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, while serving as governor of Katsina State, initiated the wind farm in 2005. His plan was to model a sustainable transition to green energy.
They started it, and as God would have it, in 2007 he became the president of Nigeria, and that was when the project was moved from the state government to the federal government. So since then, there has been success stories, and in all things that we do in life, there will be the downs and the ups. The project, they engaged an OEM that is well known, vast experience in wind technology, and they started. Unfortunately, they declared force majeure, and they left due to an event of kidnapping that happened. But then the federal government decided to re-award the contract to Credco, which was their local partners. So at some point, their engineers were taken from Nigeria to France, where the OEM is based, and they were trained. So the then Minister of Power, Babatunde Rajifashala, presented to the Federal Executive Council that it should be re-awarded to the local partners, since now they've been trained and they've brought in the equipment, so it's all about the installation of then the turbines. The wind farm has missed quite a number of dates for commissioning up to the end of the tenure of President Muhammadu Buhari.
The turbines are now frozen in time. Once proud symbols of progress, they slowly rust under the harsh sun. Sani Saleh has lived in Lambarimi for over 42 years. A tailor by profession, he had high hopes of using sustainable energy for his business. But 20 years down the line, he's not so sure anymore.
Ba mu ji daɗi ga tsayawa aikin nan ba. Sanda aka fara shi gaskiya mun ji daɗi sosai, kuma amma tsayawa da aikin nan ba mu ji daɗi ba. Ko lokacin nan ne muka ta addu'a Allah kawo lokacin da za a samu a ƙarsar da wannan aiki har mu samu amfanin wannan nefa. Yo aini sana'a ta dama mai hudda ce da wannan nefa. In ko muka same ta za mu ji daɗi saboda madadin sai mun sai mai tsada sannan mu samu mu yi aikin nan, amma yanzu in akwai nefa muna samun ta, kaga za mu wannan kudaden da muke cira muna sayan mai za mu ƙara jin daɗi.
If completed, this plant will help reduce the electricity problems in the community. For Saleh, he could increase his production and also save on costs of fuel.
In aka ƙarasa wannan aikin za mu ƙara samun bunƙaso tattalin arziki saboda za mu samu sauƙi saboda ai nefa ce. Ita ko nefa wani abu ne na yanzu ƙashin baya na arzikin ƙasa. Gaskiya idan aka ƙarasa shi za a samu tattalin arziki sosai, al'umma za su ji daɗi saboda zai taimaka mu masu ƙananan sana'o'i har da manyan sana'o'i zai taimaka musu nefa.
"60-year-old Salisu Mantari has been a security guard at the Katsina Wind Farm for over 18 years. He often keeps watch at night. He rarely gets enough sleep thinking about vandals drawn to the multi-billion naira project. A reality he wouldn't have to face if the wind turbines were functioning.
Na fara aiki nan shekara 18 yanzu kenan. Muna tsaron nan wurin. Tun ana aje siminti da kayan aiki muke nan gida. Ba hanzari ba. Mun ga abubuwa iri-iri na ban mamaki, kuma Allah kuma na tsare mu. Ba hanzari ba. Saboda barayi sun sha kama mu farmaki, Allah ya taimake mu, mu kore su, su zo su ɗibi wannan kaya. To, in sun ɗiba wasu mu bi mu anshi, mu ƙwaci, ko ba hanzari ba. Ba irin yadda ba mu gani ba. Akwai kuma waɗanda muka kama tun kamun da muka yi masu, har yanzu suna can su ta CID.
But why has this project lingered for so long? 18 years after it was transferred to the federal government. The project was awarded to Vernet SA, a French contractor, and was supposed to be completed and commissioned within 2 years. 20 years and 4.4 billion naira down the drain, the Katsina Wind Farm has not generated any electricity.
The other, compare the number of votes Katsina State gave and the number of votes Kano State gave, we are number 1 in the country. So if we're able to give those votes to Buhari then, and for 8 years, he could not complete a project that is very, very much needed by Katsina State people, I raise a doubt. In 2023 also, our votes were strategic to bringing into power Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So I thought if politics is actually for benefit, Katsina's people stand to benefit from this very, very important project. So if up till now, for over 18 years, one project that has direct bearing, positive impact on our lives could not be completed, how do we think we'll gain other projects?
With billions of naira spent and vested human resources, the Katsina Wind Farm project should not be forgotten.